There's a new craze sweeping through the golf world: zero-torque putters. If you've been scrolling golf social feeds or watching tour highlights recently, you've probably seen these futuristic-looking putters with bold claims of perfect balance and zero twisting. They promise a stroke that stays square, steady, and unbelievably consistent. But are these zero-torque putters truly the next revolution in golf technology? Or just another trend that will fade away when the next shiny club hits the shelves? To understand why golfers are talking about zero-torque designs, you first need to understand torque itself. In putting, torque refers to the twisting or rotation of the putter face during the stroke. Traditional putters, whether they're classic blades from Scotty Cameron, high MOI mallets from Odyssey, or modern designs from Taylormade, naturally have some degree of torque. This torque comes from where the weight is positioned in the head, the amount of toe hang, and how the shaft connects to the putter. Players with an arcing stroke usually prefer toe hang putters because the toe naturally swings open and closed. Golfers with a straight back, straight through style often lean toward face balance designs that resist excessive rotation. These options have worked well for decades, and some golfers would argue they offer the best blend of feel and tradition. But the zero-torque philosophy challenges that. Zero-torque putters are built around the idea that the putter face should stay square throughout the entire stroke, regardless of your technique. Instead of rotating open or closed, the face remains neutral, eliminating the need for hand manipulation and letting the stroke flow on autopilot. L.A.B Golf, the brand most famously behind this movement, engineered their putters so that the center of gravity aligns perfectly along the shaft's axis. When this happens, the putter has no tendency to twist. It simply swings straight through. Some golfers describe the sensation as almost like cheating. The putter does the work for you. You just set the line, make a smooth motion, and the face stays exactly where you want it. At least, that's the idea. The rise in popularity isn't just hype. Several professional golfers have switched to L.A.B Golf's designs and seen impressive results. Lucas Glover's putting turnaround was one of the most discussed topics on tour. Adam Scott, known for chasing the perfect putting solution, found noticeable consistency with a zero-torque setup. Camilo Villegas, after his comeback, also put these putters in play. When multiple tour pros start trusting a new technology under pressure, the amateur world pays attention. But before we call zero-torque putters a miracle solution, it's important to talk about how they compare to traditional putters you already know: Scotty Cameron, Taylormade, and Odyssey. Scotty Cameron is synonymous with feel, craftsmanship, and balance. For many purists, the feedback from a Cameron blade is unmatched. Taylormade focuses on advanced materials and MOI stability, especially with their Spider series. Odyssey continues to dominate the market with their white-hot inserts and StrokeLab shafts that blend feel with forgiveness. These brands have spent decades perfecting putter weighting, toe flow, and face technology. They weren't built around eliminating torque. They were built to work with your natural stroke. Zero-torque putters operate on the opposite philosophy. Instead of enhancing your natural arc, they try to remove arc entirely. Instead of encouraging release, they suppress it. Instead of giving you toe hang options, they give you square face stability. And while that can be a game changer for some golfers, it can feel odd to others. One of the biggest criticisms of zero-torque putters is the feeling of stiffness or straightness. Golfers who naturally release the putter, especially those with strong arcs, often feel like they're fighting against the design. The putter doesn't want to rotate, and the golfer's hands instinctively try to make it move. This mismatch can cause distance control issues, especially on long putts. Players who grew up loving the softer, more natural feedback from brands like Scotty Cameron or Odyssey sometimes struggle to adjust to the mechanical feel of torque-free models. Zero-torque designs, especially those from L.A.B Golf, can feel almost too stable, like they're guiding you whether you want them to or not. Another important point: zero-torque does not automatically equal zero skill. You still need a repeatable stroke, proper alignment, and consistent green reading. A putter cannot compensate for poor technique, even if it reduces variables. Some players buy these putters expecting instant transformation and are disappointed when they realize the learning curve is real. Practice still matters. Yet for golfers who fight face rotation, get wristy during pressure putts, or struggle with the yips, the benefits can be dramatic. Zero torque putters reduce one of the biggest sources of inconsistency: unwanted hand action. If your biggest weakness is missing start lines or twisting the face at impact, this type of putter can stabilize things instantly. Many coaches now recommend zero torque putters to students who struggle with maintaining square alignment or who tend to manipulate the face mid-stroke. Even if they ultimately go back to a Scotty Cameron, Taylormade, or Odyssey, testing a torque-free design helps golfers understand what a neutral stroke feels like. It's also worth mentioning that the zero torque trend is pushing traditional brands to innovate. Taylormade continues refining high MOI mallets that resist twisting more than ever. Odyssey's Stroke Lab shaft reduces torque in the hands by redistributing weight. Even Scotty Cameron has introduced more stable mallet options that minimize rotation without removing feel. While these aren't zero torque putters, they reflect the influence of the trend. So, are zero torque putters truly better? The answer depends entirely on your putting DNA. If your natural stroke is straight back, straight through, a torque-free putter may feel like the missing piece you've always needed. You'll appreciate the stability, the simplicity, and the confidence of knowing the face wants to stay square. The stroke feels cleaner, the roll feels purer, and the ball starts on line more often. But if your stroke has a natural arc, or if you rely on the feeling of releasing the putter through the ball, zero torque designs might feel robotic. You might lose distance feel, you might struggle with lag putting, you might feel disconnected from the putter, especially if you come from years of using a Cameron blade or an Odyssey mallet. Zero torque putters are not a magic fix. They're a tool, a very impressive tool, but one that must match your style. The golfers who benefit most are those who struggle with manipulating the putter face, those who get handsy under pressure, and those who chase mechanical consistency. The golfers who struggle most are those who love artistry, feel, flow, and the classic sensation of toe release. At the end of the day, the best putter is still the one that gives you confidence over every putt. Whether that's a beautifully milled Scotty Cameron, a high-tech Taylormade Spider, a buttery feeling Odyssey mallet, or a futuristic zero-torque model from L.A.B Golf, what matters most is trust. Trust in your line, trust in your stroke, and trust in the putter in your hands. Would you make the switch? Do you believe zero torque is the future, or will golfers always love the feel of traditional designs? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and make sure to subscribe for more golf gear deep dives every week.